I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is Quotes and Quips. Today, words of wisdom from Bob Dylan. Well, Quotes and Quips is brought to you by my website, FletcherRhoden.com. That's where you'll find links to my Amazon authors page, where you can download my books in their various formats, including audiobook, and a link to my Spotify artist page, where you can download my music in its various subgenres. I have new music for 2024. You can also download my music at any of your favorite download sites all over the internet. But if you go to my website, there's free music you can only get there. All right, so Bob Dylan, poet laureate, Nobel Prize winner for literature, one of the greats for sure. And one of my favorite quotes from his lyrics, not from his various writings or published work. The line is this: "He not busy being born is busy dying." Now it's from the song "It's All Right Ma, I'm Only Bleeding," and it's a natural line for Bob Dylan to sing, because here's a guy who kept reinventing himself periodically throughout his career. Bob Dylan had to be reborn every 4 years, it seems. First as a folk. He was originally, in high school, he was a rock and roll kid. Fan of Chuck Berry and the like. Then he rebirthed himself as a folk poet. And then again as the inventor of folk rock. And then again as the inventor of the singer-songwriter concept of the 70s. And then again when he reinvented contemporary Christian music. And then again, and then again. And he was like Miles Davis, a man prone to reinvention, because he saw the value of it. I don't think he did it I don't think it was a strategic move, like, gotta stay ahead of the crowd, gotta always try something new. He was always pursuing his own bliss. Joseph Campbell said, "Pursue your bliss." And he was always doing that. And he's alive at the moment of this taping. I hope he'll be alive a lot longer. He is, /was, will always be, a man who is restless. And he's a Sigma, a lone wolf, and like a lot of Sigmas, we need new inspiration, we need new input. Part of our journey is a lack of stasis, if you will. So Dylan probably got tired of what he was doing after a few years and wanted change. I don't think he was doing it just to be controversial or to endanger his career. It was his artistic impulse. He was following his bliss. And for him that meant being born, being reborn, recreating himself, reinventing himself, which he did to spectacular effect. The Beatles did it too, notably, in fact, though they had a much more brief career. They were, after a certain point, they had to stop being the Mop Tops and they reinvented themselves for that Rubber Soul Revolver era, before reinventing themselves in that psychedelic era, and then again thereafter. So they had 4 significant stages of development. Miles Davis has done it. It's an artistic thing that some artists can manage to pull off. He not busy being born is busy dying. Now, we're not all in the position where we can just do this. We have jobs that are going to be the same. We have families that are the same. We don't have public personae to reinvent, because most of us just have jobs and homes and families if we're lucky enough to have those things. Or some of us are trying to get them. or some of us are trying to avoid them. But it's not like we can all just sit around thinking, well, what's our next concept going to be? You know? For most people, it's not a question of busy being born or busy dying. I'm just trying to survive. But I think what Dylan is saying is that even in order to just survive, you have to be busy being born. You have to stay alive. You have to stay alert. You have to stay youthful. You have to keep learning. You have to keep growing. You have to keep redefining yourself, even if you never outwardly seem to change. Even if your job doesn't change for 25 years, or your residence doesn't change, or your family's going to change. If you have a family, then they're going to be older in 25 years than they are now. They're going to be 25 years older now than they were then. So that's going to change. No matter who you are or where you are in life, I believe you have to stay engaged and involved and be willing to learn and grow. I once said to somebody, and they remembered it years later, reminded me of it, that I'd said life is a process of growth and change. And I believe that to be true. I mean, it is on a molecular level. It is on a physical level. Your life is a series of stages of growth and change. Your body grows, it changes. Your situation grows and changes. Your perspective grows and changes. Your goals change. Your desires, your needs, these things change with time. They should. As you satisfy one group of needs, others will arise. Life is a series of growth and change. I'm not going to do any quips and quotes on myself. Getting back to Bob Dylan, he said it better than I did. He not busy being born is busy dying. And that's sensible for all of us, I think. Teach your kids that. Make sure your kids know not to get locked into a rut. You know, not to fall into a trap where they're already begun a slow death instead of living a full life. That, I think, is what Bob Dylan is trying to tell us, and it's what I'm going to try to extrapolate from his words of wisdom and from others, which I discuss here on Quotes and Quips. Every week I'm here on Monday at noon on this YouTube channel. I leave them up so you can always watch some reruns. You can, by the way, check out my other show from 2023, Tracking the Lone Wolf. That's on its own YouTube channel, Tracking the Lone Wolf. And it remains up for reruns, as will these. I got a new show coming next Monday, so tune into that. Check out my website. Until next time, bye, Mary.